morning, YouTube family. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. Sunday, Leon and I went to church. We had a wonderful time. After church, we went out to eat at one of our favorite restaurants called Dickie's. The food was wonderful. Yesterday, we kind of rested, and today, Leon's on the back cutting down trees.
Yep.
You coming to eat?
It's ready. I don't mind.
It's ready. Good? Okay, so I'm going to make some homemade bread, and I'm not really teaching you, I'm just showing you that I will not give up until I get it made. So you see me put a cup of water, warm water, in my mixer, and I'm going to add a tablespoon of yeast. That wasn't quite a tablespoon, so I'll add just a little bit more. Now I'm also going to add a couple of tablespoons of sugar. And then I'm going to mix it up, and then I'm going to let it sit so it can start activating, and that's going to be about 10 minutes. So in the meantime, I am making some homemade biscuits as well. Leon and I are going to have a brunch, so I plan on making some sausage gravy with this as well. I'll show you a little bit of that process, but I'm just cutting my biscuits out right here. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. We had a marvelous weekend. The leaves are falling off the trees. I'm going to bring you out there. So it is definitely fall. It is cold one moment and then kind of warm the next. But the good thing about it is we have not been using the heater nor the air conditioner. So our electric bill is, we're able to keep our electric bill down quite a lot. Last month I think it was $145. So we're very happy about that. So I'm just going to put the biscuits in the oven and let them cook. So now I'm back to my bread. I'm going to add about 2.5 tablespoons of oil. I cut this recipe in half because it really calls for 2 loaves and I only want 1. So now I'm adding just a little bit of salt, about a teaspoon. I'm going to mix this up just a little bit with my dough hook. And then after that, I am going to slowly add my flour. I'm going to use about 3 cups of flour. The recipe called for 6, but I'm just going to use 3. So I'm going to, after I get all my flour in there, I'm going to let it, beat it for about 8 minutes, 7 to 8 minutes. So I'll just let it mix. And they say it's going to be just a little bit sticky. You can add a pinch of flour here and there is what I did. And so it worked out well. I hope it comes out good. I'm not quite sure, but we're going to find out together, you guys. Okay, so I'm just going to take it out. And I'm just observing it. And I think it's beautiful. And it fell right off the dough hook, and that is a good thing. I'm very lightly flouring my surface, and I'm going to put my dough right here on my floured surface. I don't know why I'm flouring the surface. I just see some people do it, so I thought it would be wise to do that. So, alright, so I'm just observing my dough, and I'm so happy. I think it's beautiful. Then what I'm doing, and I don't know if I'm explaining this correctly, but you just kind of fold it under a little bit like this. And then you place it in a bowl with a little bit of oil. And then we're going to let it sit for about an hour in a dark, warm place, which I'm going to wind up putting it in my oven. So I'm just observing it, and I think it's beautiful. So here I am, oiling my bowl. Put it in there. I'm just going to put a little oil on the top because I see other people do this as well. I guess so it won't dry out. Then I'm going to place saran wrap around it. I'm going to set it right here on my warm stove, but I am going to put a cloth on the top. So now I'm about to get out my biscuits because they're done. And here they are. I'm just going to flip my biscuits over. My mother-in-law does this, and I guess to get them brown on the other side, I'm not quite sure. I just do it because I see my mother-in-law do it, so that's why I'm doing it. So I do not have any breakfast sausage. This is our homemade sausage that we have. Leon harvests the deer, and we send it to a friend's house or their business, and he makes us what we want out of our venison meat. So what I do is I just take the casing off of the sausage like this, and I just start cutting the sausage into little pieces. So that's what I'm doing right here. And the casing that I took off of the sausage, I will cut it up and feed it to the chickens. So here I am cutting it up for the chickens, and I'll take y'all out there while I feed them. They love to eat things like this. It is such a treat for them. And you guys, you just add flour. You see I added about 1/3 of a cup. I put olive oil in here because our sausage and the meat that we have made has very little oil. I'm just going to use evaporated milk. You can use any kind of milk. I just had some in the icebox already. So basically use about a whole can. And you can add some water to this. Just depends on how thick you want your gravy. So that's what I'm doing right here. Okay, at this point, I'm going to set the oven for 350 and start it getting heated up so I can make my bread. Here's the bread. It did arise, so I'm going to take it out of the bowl. And right here, I'm just going to fold it all under like this. I'm going to fold the sides as well, and then I'm going to put it in the pan. Kind of shape it a little bit, I guess. I'm going to put the saran wrap back on it and let it sit for about 10 more minutes before I put it in the oven. It's only been in there for about 5 minutes and it's starting to rise. I'm sorry, I need to clean my oven, you guys, and I am. Yeah, I am a blooming mess. I have been in the kitchen all morning. But anyway, it looks like the bread is going to rise. We're going to take it out in about 20 more minutes. But let's walk outside and see what Leon's doing because I see him in the horse's corral. The leaves are falling. What you doing, babe? You're adjusting it? Did the dirt people call back? Hey, Louie. Louie. Slide it back a little bit. Okay, I've already taken it out. You're not supposed to touch it. You're supposed to let it cool. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll be right back. To leave it alone, but I want to see if it'll come out of the pan. And it did. It came out. It is very hot. I am going to let it cool. I'm not going to be rebellious, but I was just curious. Looks like it kind of broke apart a little bit right there, but that's okay. So we'll let it cool, and we're gonna cut it. Okay, I'm gonna put it on the good side. I cannot wait. It is not cool yet, but I cannot wait. I am so impatient. Maybe that's why I mess up so much. We're gonna cut it. I'm curious. I want to see what the inside looks like. So let's see if I can get it to cut. Okay. Ooh. Taste it. Mmm. It tastes like bread. It's delicious, you guys. I'm gonna let it cool. But I was curious to see what the inside was like. It's very moist, and it is done. I'm gonna put some butter on it. So I'll put some butter on it. I'm curious what Leon's gonna say. It is bread. It tastes just like bread. It's very good. Something about making something like this, you just want to stare at it and you want to ponder over it. And but that is bread. I'm so happy. I'm happy with it. I am going to still practice this because practice makes perfect. But this bread I'm happy with. A whole lot better than the last one. I'm going to let Leon taste it if he will. He's probably not hungry, but let's go see. I know. I told him you probably didn't want to taste it because you were full. But I was so excited. Couldn't wait.
Well, I'm full. Tastes like bread.
Tastes like bread?
Tastes good.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, I'm just going to let it sit over here. I've already eaten another piece. It is so good. And I'm going to still work at it, make it look pretty. There's all kind of ways you can make bread. Some people put eggs in their bread. Yeah, some people put eggs in their bread. They put honey in their bread. I've got several bread recipes. I'm still going to work with it and see if I can perfect it. But I'm happy with the bread, and I hope you are too. We love you guys. And until next time, we will see you all on the next video. God bless you.